good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And it is spooky season. It is officially the beginning of October, and while I feel like it's spooky season all the time because I love spooky season, it's official. Now we can talk all the spooky, all the witchy, all the things, and we can walk around wearing our stuff that is typically considered very weird. And for like 1 month, we fit in for just a little while. So I am embracing this fully with the Witch's Tarot, and I have had this deck for a really long time. I am actually really excited to look at it with all of you, but at the same time, I have to be a little bit wary of this deck because there are some very photorealistic, very nude pictures in this deck. So trying not to be removed from Facebook and YouTube and the like, I am going to try to avoid those cards to the best of my ability. So we'll just say that this month I am also not playing with a full deck. And I'm never playing with a full deck. Anyway, it is spooky season. We are playing with the Witch's Tarot. I will tell you all about that deck and some of the cool cards that are in it. I will say that one of the drawbacks to this deck is that it is not exactly the purest in the term of traditional Rider-Waite tarot. So if you are a purist on that, then you're probably not going to be super satisfied with this deck. There are princes and princesses instead of knights and pages. So I will let you make of that one what you will. When we get to those cards, I'll go into deeper detail. But let's see what card we have to kick off a spooky season and the Witch's Tarot. I'm actually really excited about this. All right. Rock and roll. That's a good one to start with. So we have the Seven of Cups. So what I do like about this card is that the image goes all the way to the edges, which is extra pretty. Although you guys know that I kind of like the framed cards when it comes to trying to read the words on them. As you can see, the font is super clear. I won't complain about font this month, but on some of the cards, the font is kind of a lighter color or a darker color when it probably should have been the opposite. So it very clearly says the word 7 on it. The number 7 isn't anywhere else written. And obviously, cups isn't really on here. Fortunately for us, it sticks to the traditional symbolism of the goblet as the cup. We've seen in other decks that sometimes they do things like a bird for swords, or cups is like a fish instead. So if you are just starting out, it might get a little confusing if symbols are a little weird and you don't have the traditional suit represented, at least in words. It doesn't have the words on this one, but it does have cups. And in fact, it has 7 of them. So already we are sticking pretty close to this is what the card is and this is what it looks like. So we're not trying to be confusing. So 7 of Cups is typically that wish fulfillment sort of thing. It is be careful what you wish for, you might just get it. And also it's that kind of illusion and fantasy and all those things. So this is where I get really weird and I read into this a little bit. So we have our great big goblet at the top, which is maybe filling up from the wishes of the others, or maybe we are pouring from that one into the goblets of the others. So when I first saw this card forever and ever ago, I'm like, this is the drinking the Kool-Aid card. This is the card of like, we're a cult and a very culty cult. So the goblet is giving to all of these here. Now you can take that from the wish fulfillment sort of aspect of it's like, hey, this is the greater quantity and this is the highest good and this is all of those kinds of things. It is deity, it is our higher selves, whatever you want to put into it. And then that pours into our small little portions of reality so that we can kind of portion it out. Also, if it is illusion and disillusionment and all of those kinds of things, if you're drinking the Kool-Aid, quite literally, whatever is in this cup, you are going to get a small portion of. Just be aware of what is in that cup. So I like it for that aspect just because I'm being weird about it and I'm like, hey, drink the Kool-Aid. It's fine. Here's your illusion. Here, have a little tiny piece of this illusion. And that aspect of it, cool, it's interesting. I don't know if that's what they were necessarily going for with this card, but that's where my brain went with it the very first time I saw it. As I've looked at this further, I do kind of take it more as this is our higher selves, this is deity, this is the universe, whatever you want to look at it as. And then coming down the line, you have the things that you may be wishing for from the greater entities of the universe, and you're asking just for one small taste of that. And this is your wish fulfillment. It gives you one small piece of that. I also like that the way the hands are lined up, that it does look like it's kind of going upwards, almost like a stair step to go to this higher good sort of thing. And then you have the two hands holding it, but you can't see the individual. So it kind of makes it look like maybe there are two sides to this, which in pagan and witchcraft and things like that, you do have the balance of the masculine and the feminine energies a lot more frequently represented than in more, let's say, Christian-based religions. So if you have the masculine and the feminine, or feminine and masculine, however you want to look at it, you do have both sides of this energy being dealt out. It is blended and it is being given to you from the whole and then metered out accordingly. So I think this is a great card to start out with. I think we are definitely in the realm of illusion and fantasy and magical thinking as we move into witchy season and spooky season and costumes and all of those kinds of things that surround Halloween and October and that sort of energy. So yeah, have a little fun with this. Have a little uh, illusion of your own and a little fantasy. Live the fantasy for just at least a month and be whomever you want to be. Put whatever mask you want to put on, kind of thing, and go out there and enjoy spooky season. So I love this as our first card. That is the Seven of Cups. It is the Witch's Tarot. And thank you again, all of you. I am on my own this month. I don't have any buddies, but I always have you guys out there, hopefully enjoying and listening. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay spooky. Bye!